It's not a nice back for you.
Okay.
Yeah, just speak more loud.
Okay, so a new type of betting game will be defined, the sequence set betting, and this sequence set betting will be compared to the martingale processes of Hitchcock and Lutz.
Excuse me. Could you speak a little bit more loudly? Because I'm getting old and I can't hear you.
Okay. So this game of sequence set betting will be compared to the martingale processes of Hitchcock and Lutz, and it will also be compared to the non-monotonic betting. And in the remainder of the talk, it will be shown that there is an algorithm that constructs two sequence set betting strategies, such that on each compressible sequence, at least one of them succeeds or has unbounded gain through successive betting. Yeah, each iteration. A player bets on the finite prefix-free set of words, and in each iteration it starts with a set of words and mass assigned to that word set, where mass is defined as the capital that the player so far gained times the size of the word set.
Sorry, we don't hear, at least me. Can you just, maybe you can turn to us and say something again. So something is prefix free, but what is prefix free?
So the set we are betting on, we are betting on a set of words, which is
binary.
Yes. So we are betting on a set of words, and this set of words has finite number of elements, and these words are prefix free. Okay.
What does it mean? So we just we play with a sequence of bits.
So we start initially we start with an empty word. Okay. In the first iteration we start with an empty word. We have $1 or whatever, and then we extend the empty word for some length n, and we divide those words of length n into two sets of equal size. So we can pick the words of length n and divide them into two sets, but these sets have to have the same number of elements. Okay.
So our first bet is for two cases. We can.
No, when we make bet on one set, then we immediately define the other set with this bet, right?
So just we take 2 to the n minus 1 strings of length n. Yeah? Winning strings. We just split into strings of length n. We split into two sets of equal size.
Yes.
We bet on one.
Yeah, that's correct. When we make a bet, we make a betting. I call it a betting decision, and we assign a portion of the initial mass to each of the sets. And if the sequence has a prefix in this set S0, then in the next iteration we will start with this set S0 and the mass that we assign to that set. And then we again make another bet and so on. And the betting strategy can be described by the decision tree, which describes which bets we will make.
But still, we make equal bets or not.
This lambda is 0 is clear.
I think the sizes are the same, but the bets may be different. So
probability should be 1/2, but bets can be non-equal.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. The betting strategy can be described by a decision tree, and the root node of this has an empty word and the initial mass, and well, yeah.
Do all the strings in S0 have to be the same length?
Not necessarily, but we can take the maximum length and set the strings to. They don't have to, but they can be there. There is no difference because this set really defines this prefix-free set defines the set of infinite sequences we are betting on, sort of.
Well, now I'm confused. This prefix-free set will not contain all strings, but so it's not a partition of all possible prefixes of certain lengths into S0 and S1, but there are some.
It is.
It is. Yes.
Always a partition of the whole space.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just a standard game, but for some strange reason, we bet not on next bit, but on n next bits, splitting them into two parts. This is somehow equivalent. We can just combine them, but we do it like this. Why not?
Okay. Martingale, I'll compare it to martingale processes of Hitchcock and Woods. The martingale process can be defined as a function of capital D from words to reals, and this function induces an equivalence relation on words, the D equivalence, where two words are equivalent if they have the same length and if all prefixes of these words that have the same length also have the same value of function D. And also this function has to abide to this fairness condition, where we take the words from the set of equivalent words, and when we extend them for one bit, the sum of values on these extended words has to be twice the sum of value of function D on words in the set of equivalent words. This is the definition.
So, sorry, it's not clear. So
Yeah?
the martingale is defined on strings on every length, even which is the length in the middle of the process. If we bet on long thing, still before the last thing appears, we don't know whether we will have won or we will lose the game. So
Yes.
how the martingale is then defined?
The thing is like a martingale, but the averaging condition is not with respect to the bit history, but with respect to the capital history.
No,
All the strings that have the same capital all the time, they can still exchange the capital in a sense. But this was introduced by Jack Woods. This is closer to the mathematical definition of a martingale. So if two strings have the same history in capital, then you can get a capital of one to bet on the other.
Mhm.
So as long as strings, but usually you have to split capital in every single step.
Yeah.
But now you can wait very long as long as the capital is the same, and then eventually you can sort of bet on these strings.
Okay.
Okay, so if we drop the requirement from the original definition that the sets, so when we divide the word set into two new word sets, S0 and S1, if we drop the requirement that these word sets have to be of equal size, and if we allow that the word set that they can have a different size, we get a betting game that is equivalent to martingale processes in the sense that for each martingale process there is a betting game that succeeds on the same sequences as the martingale process, and for each betting game we can construct a martingale process that succeeds on the same sequences as the betting strategy. So I don't know if I'll have enough time, so maybe I should just skip some slides, or...
Yeah, maybe you can switch to the main theorem and then explain what are
Okay,
necessary.
good. So, the algorithm will construct two betting decision trees for strategies A and B. The input for the algorithm is some word S, and masses assigned to that word by strategies A, and B.
Sorry, what is A and B?
Strategy A and strategy B. We construct two strategies. We construct the decision trees.
Somebody gives us two strategies for betting.
No. The algorithm starts constructing the decision trees for two betting strategies.
Oh, you construct two strategies.
Yes, we construct two strategies.
And what is the statement? You want to achieve what?
I want to achieve two strategies such that on each compressible sequence, each infinite compressible sequence, at least one of the strategies will have unbounded gain, or will predict the compressible sequence.
So you want to say that you construct also, you can, in terms of martingales, you construct two martingales such that on every compressible sequence, one of them, at least one of them wins.
Yes.
Okay, but what is compressible sequence?
The sequence that is not Martin-Löf random. Okay. Well,
there are relations to this result by Muchnik, but it's not clear yet for what relations are. So it's not the same. We discussed it before. Yeah.
Yes, it's not
it
the
looks
same.
a little bit like the Muchnik result about if you can find the points where it is compressible. But it's different. You say.
Yes, because this sequence set betting is different from non-monotonic betting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry to interfere, but I cannot. So if you construct two martingales, one of them wins.
Yes.
Then the combined martingale, which is just the sum of them, always wins. So you construct a martingale which wins on every non-Martin-Löf random sequence. How
They
it's possible?
make the same splitting.
Yes.
And one martingale makes some split and bets, and another martingale.
But they can be reduced to martingales on individual bits always. Finite split is always reducible to individual bits. No, nothing new.
No.
This is a strange model. I haven't yet fully understood. You have to go deeper
Okay,
into that.
But here the martingale condition was something weaker, right? It was not this. It was only in the sum. It was some right.
Okay,
that
so
would
probably
be
I don't know.
unfair.
So just continue and maybe later somebody
That
can
would be
explain.
unfair.
What do you mean unfair?
Unfair, that means that every martingale should at the average should make no gain at all, right?
Yeah.
If you, this is fairness condition. If you
No,
can't-
it's weak in the sense that you don't have to be as effective. You can do things later. But explain your model later.
Yeah. Okay. So we calculate the value k from the inputs, and we run the universal Turing machine to enumerate the prefix-free set of words such that each sequence that has a k compressible prefix also has a prefix in that set, and the size of that set is 2 to the power of minus k. And each time we enumerate the next prefix in this set, we will add betting decisions to the betting decision trees for strategies A and B, and nodes that we add to these betting decision trees, the nodes that contain the words that are extensions of this prefix will contain only one word, and this word will be same for strategy A and B. And on these words we start a new instance of the algorithm. So the strategies A and B assign some mass to this word, and with these three values we start another instance of algorithm. And we can show that if this set we are enumerating is small enough, then the betting decisions are such that either A or B will double the capital on those prefixes. So In each iteration of the algorithm, only the leaf nodes of the betting decision trees are considered, and the nodes that we look at are the nodes that don't contain sequences on which we started another instance of algorithm. And for each node, 2 additional values are used. At the beginning, we reserve some portion of mass which will be distributed evenly among the nodes in the betting decision tree in order to ensure that no node ever has a mass of 0. And the size of the so far found the size of the set of the so far found prefixes will be divided among the nodes, and the portion of the size of that set is this value L that is attached to each node of the betting decision tree. This mass MS is used for doubling the capital, and the total mass assigned to the node is the sum of masses MS plus this reserved mass that is just evenly distributed among the child nodes in the betting decision tree. And so if we index the nodes that we are considering in the iteration of the algorithm, we get 2 sets of principles, one for each strategy with which the algorithm works. So in the initialization step, we take the minimum of the masses that were assigned to the word and divide it by 2, and this will be the amount of mass that will be used for doubling the capital. The L value is set to 0, and the word sets are contain the initial word. And from these input values, we calculate the value of k, so that the set of compressible prefixes on which we will double the capital is smaller than some value that is calculated from the inputs. And in all iterations, the word sets between 2 nodes will either the intersection of the word sets will either be empty, or it will be close to the product of word set size plus L of both nodes. So for the martingale process, the nodes always have either full they have either the word sets coincide or are empty, and when we bet on sets of words, the nodes can have intersection which is different from the word set of the node A and B. That's the difference. So the construction of betting decision tree starts by running the algorithm for the empty word and the initial masses of 1 for each strategy. When we enumerate we find the next prefix that we want to double our capital on. This prefix, if this prefix has some words that has some interest.
Sorry. So you are working with martingale process or something different? What is your type? What is your model?
Well, it's really simple.
Maybe we just split the entire counter space into 2 open closed sets, and
yes.
then we will bet on which set we are, and then we win or lose, and then we divide this set into other two open-closed sets. And we play a game.
Yeah. But this is a martingale process in the end, or martingale, or what is it?
It's different from martingale process because it would be the same if the sets did not have to have equal size.
Oh.
So if one set can be large and the other can be small, the sets that we are betting on, we get the martingale process.
Mhm.
But if we require that the sets have equal size, we get this sequence set betting.
But sets you generate are explicitly given, are explicitly computable,
Yes.
not enumerable. You just need to specify, the first step you specify the division of Cantor space into two parts, yeah?
Yes.
And then somebody tells you in which part you are, and you specify the division into parts of the same size, yeah?
Yes.
So you somehow construct a TT mapping of the Cantor space on itself, which preserves measure. Yeah?
I guess so.
Yes.
And so what you say, that if sequence is not Martin-Löf random, there are two mappings like this,
Yes.
total mappings,
Yes.
and computable.
Yes.
And you say that if one of them is not, if the sequence is not Martin-Löf random, then one of them is not computably random. That's what you're saying, or not?
I don't know.
Yeah, but what's the point of having this equal size? I mean, if you
Well-
drop this restriction, then you have a martingale process,
Okay.
and it's clear that it's known that a martingale process can win on any non-martingale random. But what's the point in having this equal size restriction?
So, okay, the point is when we have non-monotonic betting and we bet on some position in a sequence, let's say 3, we also get two sets of prefixes, two sets of prefixes, but these sets are such that the words in S0 have value of 0 at this position, in this case 3, and in the other set they have a value of 1 on that same position. Okay, it's like in the picture. So this is the picture when we start betting, when we start the non-monotonic betting, and we bet on position 3. Okay.
So what you are saying that Kolmogorov choice rule is also, if it's total, it also defines a mapping which preserves measure. Just the selected sequence, subsequent will be evenly distributed.
Okay.
The special case of your, or you mean something else?
So if we take the non-monotonic betting and we generalize it a bit, then we can just pick which of the prefixes will get into which set. So they don't have to have at this position. They don't. For instance, we can pick I don't know, these 3 and this one to be in one set, and the other ones are in the other sets. We just. Is this making any sense?
You should mention that this is an extension of Kolmogorov-Lovelin, the non-monotonic martingales, because those are an example of your type of martingales. Because in each case, you say that the 5th bit is 1, you're splitting up in 2 cases. The 5th bit is 1 or not, and those have equal size. And now you're splitting each of those into another case. The 3rd bit is 0 or.
Yes.
But it's not the exact same.
No, but it subsumes that.
Yes, yeah.
So maybe you can repeat the main theorem. What is the main theorem? In your language, can you? Because we are completely.
Well, I'm not sure what you're saying about computing compressible.
Say non-Martin-Löf random.
Yes. Compressible is not Martin-Löf random.
We have a new type of martingales, which are at least as powerful, clearly, like this slide, as the non-monotonic betting strategy.
And this new type of martingales division into 2 sets,
Yes.
that division into 2 smaller sets, and then we play with the resulting sequence of bits which are divided.
As this slide is explaining.
This is
at
the
least
generation of
strong-
Kolmogorov-Lovelin, yeah.
Right,
If it's total.
right, and so strong in fact that you can defeat any non-Martin-Löf random sequence, and all you need is 2 such strategies.
But they are total and computable, no problem of partial things.
Yes. They are totally computable because they always make the next bet. It never hangs in.
But it has to be added that if you do not have this equal size restriction, martingale processes they also beat against all non-martingale frameworks. Because if you do not have this equal size restriction,
Yeah.
then you also win against all non-martingale frameworks with a single.
No, but it's weaker.
Yeah.
So
But the trick is the different fairness, the way the fairness condition is ensured, you can wait very, very long before you do your betting. So you can wait until you see a prefix in the martingale.
yeah.
And then you can do the betting on the ones that have the prefix and on the others that have not. And this having the equal size, this makes it more difficult in a sense. But it's also, again, you can wait a long time probably before you split into two sets.
Yes.
So it can be computable. It's all.
But we need to be total. We cannot wait.
No. Because the transferring of capital occurs between the sequences that have the same capital history, where the same betting occurred before. So you can wait for a long time and then you can shift money from one side to the other. It is the same for marketing process as for this restricted version.
This is not what Florian is explaining. Okay, but
No.
No. The offset that having this restriction to equal size makes it stronger than Kolmogorov lambda, which is a reason for having this restriction.
Yeah.
I understand now.
Yes.
Okay.
Should I go on because the time?
Do you have a final slide?
I
You
do.
have about 2 minutes, so
I do have a final slide, but
I mean, 2 minutes. Use it the best.
It's
there should be a slide with the word theorem.
yeah.
But where is it?
So
Proof.
But the theorem we have now in discussion. In your model, with the martingale process with the equal size restriction, 2 of them are sufficient to win on every non-martingale.
Right.
That's the theorem.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I can't really explain all this before showing the previous slides. So I guess
You don't have a slide with the word theorem.
I
Just
have.
a formal question.
I have.
There is one we can look at.
I have one with an outline of it.
No is the answer.
No.
Okay. Any more discussion? Okay, let's thank the speaker.